Hi viewers, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss about one more common interview question that kind of basic interview questions that we get, and also this this will be asked for freshers or early entry level jobs, and also fresh experience up to 2 to 3 years of experience. They might ask these kind of questions. For experienced people, they might not ask. So it's a kind of very basic program. So printing Fibonacci numbers in Java and Python. So some people pronounce it like some Fibonacci numbers, and some people pronounce it with Fibonacci numbers. So both are fine. However, we pronounce, like, if my sorry if my pronunciation is wrong, but yeah. Ultimately the concept is clear. So yeah, so I'm going to explain the logic, how we can print first and Fibonacci numbers in Java and Python. Okay, so what is Fibonacci numbers? Okay, so sometimes it starts with 1 1, and sometimes it starts with 0 1 also. Let's search for that Fibonacci series. If we search for this, right, so it starts with 1 1 and the next number, right? So it is sum of first two numbers, 1 plus 1 equals to 2, and then next number is 3, 1 plus 2 equals to 3, and 3 plus 2 equal to 5, and 3 plus 5 equal to 8. Like that it goes on. So if we decide, and if the user asks to print first 5 Fibonacci numbers, then we need to print 1 1 2 3 5. These are the first 5 Fibonacci numbers. Okay, so this we should print. Okay, so that's how we need to print. So for the limit, if we say, right, I'll give n equal to 7, which means that I need to print first 7 numbers of Fibonacci series. Okay, for that, how the logic should go is, first we need to define the first two numbers. Okay, n1 equals to 1, okay, and n2 equals to 1, because it starts with 1 and 1. The next number is sum of first two numbers, which means n1 plus n2 equals to the third number. Okay, once we print that, the next logic should be the n1 should become 1 and the n2 should become 2, the sum of n1 and n2. Like, we need to keep on replacing the n1 and n2 with the next coming values. Okay, so how we can do that is, while we need to maintain one counter also, because we need to print first 10 numbers or 5 numbers, right? For that we will maintain one counter. Okay, and here if the number is less than 2, right, then we can just print 1, or if it is equals to 2, then we can print n1 and n2 directly, and we can exit. But if it is more than 2, right, then in that case what we need to do, we need to come to that logic. So here, right, I'll take the basic counter here as 2 only, because first two numbers we are already printing. Just assume that I'll improve this logic to print for n equals to 1 and 2 also. Okay, I'll directly print n1 comma n2. I'm directly printing here as a first numbers. Okay, while counter less than n means the number of Fibonacci numbers that we want. Okay, I'm starting the loop now. I need to print n3. What is n3? Like, what is the next number that we should print? That is n1 plus n2, which means sum of first two numbers should be equal to the third number. Okay, let's print this as system print, like that. Like, if we print, right, it will be displayed next to each other. Okay, so the third number is 1 plus 1 2. Now I'll just give here 1 1. Okay, these two we are printing. The next number is 1 plus 1 2 should be printed here, and the next number is 2 plus 1 3 should be printed. So now what should be the logic to print this 2 and 3. So, first in the first iteration n1 equals to 1. Okay, I will just keep the pointers respectively. Okay, n1 equals to 1 and n2 equals to 1. When it printed after printing n1 n2, right, the next one is printing n1 plus n2. So, 2 will be equal to n1 plus n2. So, once 2 is printed, then next 3 should be printed. Then in that case, what should be the value of n1? n1 should be equal to this one and n2 equal to 2, because we need to keep moving the n1 and n2 values. Once it printed 2 right here, then n1 should be equal to 1 and n2 should be equal to 3. So, like that it has to move on. Okay. Now, what should be the value of n1? n1 will be equal to n2, okay, and then n2 equal to n1 plus n2. Okay. But here we are already replacing the n1 value, right. So, in that case what we need to do? We need to define one temporary variable. It is a kind of basic swapping mechanism. Okay. Temporary value should be equal to this n1 value, and here instead of n1 we will give temp value here. So, in that case what it will do? It will just assign the value of n2 to n1 variable and n2 equal to temporary plus n1, which means that n1 plus n2. Now, if I run this, right, we should get the output, but here it did not end. Okay. I did not increment the counter, that is why it did not end. Okay. Let us remove this. So, if you see here, right, let us remove this Fibonacci also. It has printed the values here. How many it has printed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 it has printed. For the last one we have given 1 comma. So, that is why it has given 1 comma, but yeah, we can instead of comma if we print space, right, it will look good. So, here I have printed first 7 Fibonacci numbers. So, in case of n equals to 2, what it should print? n1 and n2, which means 1 and 1 it should print. But for n equals to 1, it should print only one value, but it prints both. So, in that case what we can do? If n is less than n double equals to 1, we will print n1. Okay. N double equals to 2, in that case we will print n1 comma n2, both numbers we will print, and I will remove this, and we can directly return without any value also we can return, which means that the program will exit abruptly. This might work or might not work in case of Java, but let me try. Yeah, in case of 1 it has printed 1, right. In case of 2 it will print both and it will exit. Okay. So, this is how we can just avoid this n equals to 1 when the value of numbers is less than 2, we can avoid like this. The same program we will implement in Python as well. Okay. So, here in Python the way we define the variables is a little different, but yeah, ultimately the same is going to happen here also. So, let us take n equals to 8 and then counter equals to 2 and then temporary variable equals to 0 and then n1 equals to n1 comma n2 equals to 1 comma 1 is like another way of defining the variables. N1 comma n2 equals to 1 comma 1, which means that n1 will get value 1 and n2 will get value 1. Okay. It's a kind of different way of initializing a variables in Python. So here I will directly implement logic for n is and when the value of n equals to 1, print. Okay, so in case of Python, right, if we want to be same printed in the same line next time, then we will just give 1 comma here. Okay, n equals to 1, I have printed one logic, and n equals to 2 also I'll print this logic. Okay, and here imports is here to exit system dot exit of 0 should be used to abruptly end the program. Okay, while counter less than n, print n1 plus n2. Okay, n1 equals to temp equals to n1, n1 equals to n2, n2 equals to temp plus n2. Okay, let me execute this. Okay, counter variable I again forgot to increment. Okay, so here it directly printed with 2 comma 3 because the logic is not given properly, that's why it didn't print. I think here also it will not print. Here just we can give n double equals n greater than 2. But here in this case we will not exit. Let me give here n 8. Let me run this program. Yeah, 1 1 2 printed because here I didn't give one space. Okay, here it printed, here also it should print without any exit. If we give right, it will print this. If n is greater than 2, in that case we don't need this exit, but this should be printed. Okay, 1 comma 1 printed, but here I didn't have exact logic to print this, but yeah, we can just avoid printing in the next line, so that these will come next to next, or else what we can do, we can just print these in 2 different lines. So the problem solved. Okay, this is not required now. Anyway, spaces are not required. Done. So like this we can print Fibonacci numbers in Python and Java using very simple logics. So this course I'll keep in one Git repository, and I'll paste that link in description below the video. Please like, comment and share. If you have any other new interview questions that you come across any of your interview, just comment them so that I can answer them and put them on my channel so that you can learn it.